If you've a curious mind and keep your eyes open, you might one day be credited with a great archaeological discovery. You don't need to be an expert to make one. It's just that being an expert tends to help you know what to notice. We're about to see some amazing archaeological finds in this video, and we might even throw in a discovery or two from other disciplines of study. Let's start off with number 15, the ancient iPhone, case of Siberia. In the flood-prone plains of southern Siberia, archaeologists uncovered artifact so unusual it was dubbed Natasha's iPhone. Yet, this wasn't lost tech. It was a jet-black belt buckle, the size and shape of a modern smartphone. Decorated with mother-of-pearl, turquoise, carnelian, and jet, the object came from a 2,000-year-old Xiongnu burial site beneath the Sayan Sea. Its sleek design and refined craftsmanship made it far more than jewelry. It symbolized prestige and cultural authority. What heightens the intrigue is its discovery in a region called Russia's Atlantis, accessible for only a few weeks each year when waters recede. While some people dismiss its phone-like look as a coincidence, nothing more, others argue it belongs to the category of out-of-place artifacts. Was it simply fashion or imitation of forgotten devices? Officially, it's labeled a belt buckle. To many, it feels like an echo of knowledge that predates our record. If this exists in reality without any fictionality, what else might lie beneath Siberia's hidden waters? Number 14. The Rhodope alien skull. In Bulgaria's Rhodope Mountains, a man claimed a vivid dream led him to uncover something unearthly, a pale skull unlike any known species. Oval in shape, weighing just 250 grams and lighter than human bone, the skull contained 6 hollow chambers inside its head. Some theorists proposed these were part of a sensory system designed for perception beyond hearing or vision, almost as if the creature viewed reality differently. It was found beside a small metallic object and immediately intrigued Bulgarian archaeologists and ufologists. Their verdict was unanimous. Nothing like it had ever been seen. Some suspected proof of extraterrestrial life. Others thought it belonged to an unknown species not on our evolutionary map. The greater mystery, however, lies in what followed. Before international scientists could study it, the skull vanished. Rumors of cover-ups spread quickly. Was it just an unusual animal skull? Then why hide it? Number 13. Shipwreck of the Eira. In 1881, the Eira, a steam yacht commanded by British explorer Benjamin Lee Smith, was crushed by ice near Franz Josef Land in the Arctic. For over a century, the wreck lay undiscovered until Russian divers located it back in October of 2018. Identifying it was difficult until a rum container marked with the name of a Peterhead wine and spirits retailer was found aboard. The Eira had a 50-horsepower engine, advanced for its era, but it became trapped between 2 massive ice floes and sank. Remarkably, Smith and his crew escaped before it went down, surviving 10 months in the Arctic wilderness before being rescued. Although Smith's achievements were substantial, he avoided publicity, which left his legacy overshadowed. His cousin, Florence Nightingale, would become far better known. The rediscovery of the Eira not only clarifies the fate of the ship, but also restores recognition to one of Britain's overlooked polar explorers who endured extreme hardship in pursuit of discovery. Number 12. Girl finds ancient sword in Sweden. Back in 2018, 8-year-old Saga Vanacek made a remarkable discovery while swimming in Vidostern Lake. Amid unusually low waters caused by drought, she pulled a rusty sword from the lake bed. Experts later identified the weapon as over 1,500 years old, dating to Sweden's pre-Viking era. The anaerobic mud and low oxygen levels preserved the blade in excellent condition despite its age. Archaeologists subsequently investigated the site and uncovered a 3rd-century brooch, though it's believed unrelated to the sword. The weapon was likely a ceremonial deposit, rather than a lost tool of war, as many artifacts were intentionally placed in lakes during Iron Age rituals. Saga and her family donated the sword to a local museum, where it was cleaned and placed on display. Her find drew international attention, not only because of its historical value, but also because it was discovered by a child enjoying a swim rather than by professionals. Number 11. Ancient astronaut statue at Cappadocia. In Cappadocia, known for its surreal cave cities and underground tunnels, a strange photo appeared online. A humanoid statue resembling a modern astronaut. The image spread across social media, with claims the statue was 3,000 years old. Observers pointed out details: a helmet-like visor, chest controls, and boots similar to those used in space travel. Yet when researchers sought its origin, the trail dissolved. No museum claimed it, no excavation notes documented it, and reverse image searches revealed nothing. Was it a hidden ancient relic, an elaborate hoax, or simply a modern sculpture aged to look old? Regardless, the fascination it generated was undeniable. People want to believe ancient civilizations had contact with beings beyond Earth. Even if the statue proves fraudulent, it reflects humanity's deep curiosity and our suspicion that history is stranger than accepted. Sometimes myths and mysteries endure not because they're proven, but because they echo our collective imagination. So, what do you think about it? Number 10. Ancient fish fossil in Colombia. In early 2018, a 10-year-old tourist visiting a monastery in Colombia spotted what turned out to be a 90-million-year-old fossil. The fossil had been in plain view for years, yet no one recognized its significance until the boy began asking questions. He photographed it and showed the pictures to a nearby museum, which then contacted experts at the University of Alberta in Canada. The university sent specialists who confirmed it as one of the oldest fish fossils ever discovered in South America. The species, later named Candelarhynchus padilli, has no direct living relatives, though it most closely resembles a barracuda. Back when this fish lived, much of the northern Andes was submerged beneath ancient seas. The fossil's preservation offers valuable insight into South America's marine life during the Cretaceous period. What makes this discovery remarkable is not only its age, but also the fact that it was identified through the curiosity of a little child rather than professional researchers. Number 9. Fossil sea cucumber, named after Cthulhu. In 2019, scientists in England found the fossil of a bizarre sea cucumber dating back 430 million years. This ancient marine creature possessed 45 tentacle-like arms radiating from its body, which it used to crawl across the seafloor and capture prey. Barely an inch wide, the species belonged to a long-extinct group known as Ophiocystoids, considered ancestors of modern sea cucumbers. Because of its tentacled appearance, researchers gave it the name Solacina Cthulhu, after H.P. Lovecraft's fictional monster. 13 specimens have been identified so far in the region, preserved in remarkable detail. The fossil shows how early echinoderms adapted unique feeding and movement strategies in prehistoric seas. Despite its small size, the creature would have been a fearsome predator to microscopic organisms. The discovery expands understanding of evolutionary links between ancient and modern echinoderms and provides a rare glimpse of marine life during the Silurian period, an era when strange, alien-like animals thrived. Number 8. Ancient bamboo slips in China. In 2023, over 10,000 bamboo and wooden slips, called jiandu, were excavated at the Hebosuo site in China's Yunnan province. These writing materials, used before the invention of paper, date back more than 2,000 years. What makes this find exceptional is the discovery of official seal impressions from 20 out of 24 counties once governed by the Dian Kingdom, a non-Han society known for its advanced metalwork. Emperor Wu of Han annexed the Dian region in 109 BCE. Some slips mention county names like Dianchi and Jiangling, which belong to the former Yizhou commandery. Titles such as County Magistrate and Dianjiang, the kingdom's prime minister, also appear, showing an intricate administrative system. The discovery confirms that a well-organized local government once operated in China's southwest borderlands. These slips offer a rare glimpse into the bureaucratic structure and multicultural dynamics of ancient Yunnan, highlighting both the reach of the Han Dynasty and the legacy of regional rule. Number 7. Ancient cisterns of Metropolis. The ancient city of Metropolis in Turkey was once a thriving commercial hub. In early 2021, archaeologists revealed new findings there. 4 enormous water cisterns dating back roughly 1,500 years. Built during the late Roman period, the cisterns could collectively hold about 600 tons of water. They supplied the daily needs of the city's population, as well as its agriculture, public baths, and the settlement around the Acropolis. Their find highlights the city's advanced hydraulic engineering, as well as its role in sustaining urban life. Metropolis was already known as an economic center, but these cisterns show it was equally innovative in infrastructure. The structures demonstrate the careful planning required to maintain a large population in antiquity. It's from this pioneering city that we get the modern use of the word metropolis to describe a great city. The ruins confirm that Metropolis was far ahead of its time in both design and urban management. Number 6. Hadrosaur fossil in Alberta. In late 2013, a maintenance crew inspecting a pipeline near Spirit River made an astonishing find, an enormous 35-foot-long dinosaur fossil. Despite its size, the fossil represents only part of the animal, making precise identification difficult. Paleontologists believe it was likely a hadrosaur, sometimes called a duck-billed dinosaur. Some of its remains may still be embedded within a nearby hill, too difficult to extract. If it were indeed a hadrosaur, the creature posed little threat despite its massive frame. These dinosaurs were herbivores, moving slowly and feeding mainly on plants and grasses. Their closest living comparison today would be the cow. Such discoveries are relatively common during industrial work in Alberta, where fossil-rich terrain often collides with modern construction. Whenever companies dig for pipelines or infrastructure, projects may halt for weeks or months while experts examine remains. The Spirit River fossil adds another chapter to Canada's reputation as a hotspot for dinosaur discoveries. Number 5. Viking treasure hoards in Denmark. A group of metal detector enthusiasts struck gold in 2023, discovering not one but 2 Viking treasure hoards near the Viking fortress of Fyrkat in Hobro. Hobbyists Jane Fogg, Louise, and Mette Norup Beckart found the troves just a few feet apart. Both are believed to date back to the 10th century. Over 300 items were recovered, including cut-up silver jewelry, ornate beads, a ring brooch, and coins from Denmark, Germany, and even the Islamic world. 2 large braided silver beads, once part of a brooch, were among the most impressive finds. The brooch may have belonged to a bishop or royal figure, possibly from Ireland, making its location remarkable given the 1,200 nautical mile distance. Several coins bear a cross, indicating they were minted during King Harald Bluetooth's rule and used to support the spread of Christianity in Denmark. The entire collection is now being studied at the Historical Museum of Northern Jutland. Number 4. Elizabethan wall art in Hertfordshire Pub A. Rare discovery was made during renovations at the Star, a historic pub in Hoddesdon. Hidden behind modern fixtures, workers uncovered 5 wooden wall panels depicting figures dressed in Elizabethan-era attire. The inn was once owned by Queen Elizabeth I's trusted advisor, William Cecil, also known as Lord Burghley, and he's believed to be one of the men portrayed in the panels. Some experts think Queen Elizabeth herself may appear in one of them, though that hasn't been confirmed. The panels were likely commissioned around 1580, shortly after Cecil acquired the property. Experts call the discovery exceptionally rare, with both local and national significance. Despite the building undergoing several modifications over 5 centuries, the paintings survived, sealed within its structure. The Grade 2 listed pub also includes roof beams dating to the 1400s, suggesting the building may have originated as a medieval open hall. With this new find, it's tempting to imagine that Elizabeth herself once drank there. Number 3. 120-year-old chocolates in Australia. The archives of the National Library of Australia contain countless treasures, but in December 2020, researchers found something unusual: a box of 120-year-old chocolates. Once owned by celebrated poet Andrew Barton Banjo Patterson, the chocolates remain in their original tin, decorated with an image of Queen Victoria. The box was produced in South Africa in 1900 during the Boer War as part of a morale-boosting gift sent by the Queen to British soldiers. Each tin bore a printed New Year's greeting from Victoria. Banjo Patterson was not a soldier, so he likely obtained the chocolates by trade or as a gift. Manufactured by Cadbury, the chocolates are still wrapped in foil, remarkably intact after more than a century. While technically edible, eating them would be ill-advised. This peculiar survival reflects both colonial history and cultural heritage, linking Australia's most famous poet to a wartime gesture of loyalty and patriotism. Number 2. Roman winery near Rome. Our next discovery comes from Italy, where archaeologists near Rome uncovered the ruins of an elaborate Roman winery, offering insight into the extravagant lifestyle of the Roman aristocracy. While gladiator fights thrilled the public in the Colosseum, the elite gathered here to celebrate viticulture. The facility featured a marble-lined grape-pressing area and wine fountains, highlighting the symbolic and economic power of winemaking. The villa was likely commissioned by the Quintili brothers, consuls of Rome in 151 CE, before their execution under Emperor Commodus. Later, Emperor Gordian III took ownership of the estate and expanded it. The design and decorative elements rival those found in imperial palaces. Guests could observe the entire winemaking process, from grape crushing to fermentation, through wide-open porticos. The theatrical flair of the wine fountains and marble decor underscores how central wine production was to the culture and status of Rome's elite. All right, guys. Now, let's end this with Number 1. Mummified adolescent, found in Lima. In 2023, Peruvian archaeologists uncovered a remarkably well-preserved adolescent mummy in an underground tomb near Lima. Estimated to be over 1,000 years old, the mummy was discovered within the Cajamarquilla archaeological complex, which once thrived along Peru's central coast. Wrapped in a funerary bundle alongside ceramic vessels, knotted rope, and even preserved skin and hair, the remains belong to a young person from a pre-Inca culture. The team, led by archaeologist Yomira Huaman of the Universidad Nacional Mayor de San Marcos, believes the individual lived between 800 and 1200 years ago. Nearby, archaeologists also found the remains of 8 children and 12 adults, likely sacrificed. The adolescent may have been part of that ritual event. Cajamarquilla, with its sprawling ruins, also includes multiple pyramids and a network of chambers, one even shaped like a labyrinth. The discovery adds another chapter to Peru's ancient history, underscoring the cultural complexity and ritual practices that defined early Andean societies. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for hanging with us, and we'll see you very soon.